Consent and the law. What is consent? Consent means free and voluntary agreement. Consent means asking for and receiving permission. What is sexual consent? Sexual consent is asking for and giving permission to touch someone's body in a sexual way or to engage in any sexual act. It is a free and voluntary agreement. Consent must come directly from the person. This means that someone else, such as a family member, cannot give consent on behalf of someone else. Consent can be verbal, such as saying yes, or can be shown through body language or writing. It's a shared understanding between both people. It is not considered consent if it makes someone uncomfortable or they did not agree. If someone gives you consent to touch their body, they can change their mind and withdraw consent at any time. You must not pressure or force someone to give consent. It is your responsibility to seek and receive consent by saying or doing something to find out if the other person gives permission. Sexual consent in Australia. We acknowledge different cultural beliefs and standards. However, there are certain Victorian laws that everyone has to follow. Being in a relationship with someone does not automatically give you permission to touch their body. Consent must be agreed to by both people, even if you are in a relationship or married. When it comes to consent, you are allowed to change your mind, withdraw consent, and say stop at any time. A person must be of normal state of mind and conscious to give consent. They cannot be drunk, passed out, under the influence of drugs, or unconscious. If you intimidate someone, manipulate, or force them to give consent, or do not get consent at all, then there can be consequences with the law. There are specific rules about the age at which a person can give consent in Victoria. These are very important rules, and we have another video on the age of sexual consent. Sexual consent and the law. Australia has strict laws to make sure consent is given. When there is no consent, you might get charged with criminal offenses like sexual harassment, sexual assault, and rape. Consequences of not seeking and receiving consent. Breaking the law, facing criminal consequences, example, police involvement, penalties such as prison time, cancellation of visa, deportation, and a criminal record. There can also be personal consequences including shame, trauma, mental health issues like anxiety, depression, losing connection with family and friends. The most important part of a healthy relationship in Australia is mutual consent, respect, and communication. Where to get help? Emergency 000, talk to an adult you trust, your school counselor, Kotura Hub 5260 6000, Lifeline 131114, The Orange Door 1800 312 820, The Sexual Assault and Family Violence Center 5222 4318, Headspace Geelong 5222 6690, Bowen Community Legal Service 1300 430 599.